Wait a minute, I adjust my settings right on the broadcast. I just realized what. Dang, wait a minute, hold up, hold up. Alrighty, after checking everything should be set. We are gonna get started. Have you ever played the Stanley Parable before? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. No. I've seen a lot of gameplays of it. Not really. I see clips. But we are gonna be playing this for the first time. It looks interesting. That should be good. Yeah. Please enter the current time. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be turning this into a video. And welcome to the Stanley Parable to me. And I really like adventure story type of games, so this is what we'll be playing today. I might sound off to you guys because I am sick. I'm starting to get a little bit better. That's why I decided to stream this. Or maybe you're watching a video of this, who knows. Anyway, let's get started. The end. What's with
This
that
is the
notification?
story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a key. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hold up, I just gotta do something real quick, so if anyone's tuning in, I'm sorry. Up, down, up, down. Let me quickly adjust the controls. This is like really bad sensitivity. Let's just keep the field of view as is. Alright. Oh, this is way too fast. Alright. Okay. I guess let's leave the office. Can't interact with anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah. Alright, I guess let's just follow what he says for now. Unless I get lost. I honestly don't know where I am already. Yeah, very empty. Okay. All these open doors. Anything else? Hey, it's completely deserted.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know if I want to go to the left. I was thinking the right side. You know, yeah, we're going right side.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah. Hey, this is a big building.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Why'd they constructed it like that? Why is this just a step here? Not even like... Anything? Can I interact?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Alright, I'll go.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First open door on my left. Okay. Oh, okay. So either the well-lit room or this place. Huh. You know what?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I really want to go down that elevator. Alright, so it's X to interact. I did not look at the buttons for this game, so...
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
You're getting kind of lost there, aren't you, narrator?
It's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay. Any of these doors I can open?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Well,
it's
only
clearly...
this door.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Ain't no way he's looking through the fucking script right now.
Let's see, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
Yep,
I've got it now. This story
okay.
is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, let's go. I don't think I should have gone down the elevator, guys.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Why is there only one fired
kidding?
person?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Wait, we actually restarting? Oh, okay. Anything, click on the computer. Okay, I guess we're restarting this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
this.
simply missed a memo.
Nothing different. Did it really just restart?
When Stanley...
Wait, what?
What? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, Did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Hey,
Did
I
you
didn't touch a
move
thing.
the story somewhere or a... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Well, we went through that door. This is what we're supposed to go through. Let's go through the only way that's blocked. Never mind. The crouch. That. Can we, like, move these chairs? Hold on. Let me look at the controls. Pause, interact, look, move. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a light there. Let's go here.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Yeah,
it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Wait. Okay. Okay, speedrun number 3.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wait,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Wait, where's the doors?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind.
What?
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, then. What? Why does this look like a horror game now?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yeah,
well, do you know
we
what?
were in an office.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
13 minutes into stream
good
and
job.
We already won the game.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, I'd prefer that also.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Okay.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Yep. What? Wait, what? Why is this line leading a different way now?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Whoa! Oh my fucking god. Don't do that again. Why did you make the music so fucking loud? There we go.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. I think I got it. Now, what were we talking about?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
We're back.
Oh, no,
started.
not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't
What's
take
down
this
there?
anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Yeah, I saw that. Alright. Following the line...
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Alright, now hear me out. Dragons and
no, not you again.
got the lines back.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Yep. What does that mean? I'm not supposed to follow it? Alright, the line's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Right.
In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay,
You can't be serious.
so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly our destiny awaits.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
Wait, 17
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Wait, I die at 8?
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean... did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I wonder.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh my... What? Oh my god. What was with the loud noises?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, don't tell me he actually forgot. Everything's
When
normal.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively. Okay, that does not sound like good advice. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I mean, there's gotta be like something we can interact. Like, can I get this wrench?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
There's a bucket without a mop.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So did the game, like, actually restart fully this time? Executive bathroom. Money in the morning plus money in the evening. Money for breakfast. Money crisp. What? Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing here, so close that. Let's close that. I think no one is here. Open a lot of... I like how there's like a lot of...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So far, it's just a pretty average game. Nothing crazy has happened.
Descending deeper into the building,
ending.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
True.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
The elevator... No, the elevator didn't break. Get well.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Huh? Escape. Well, I'm not gonna be the one to get mind controlled, right? Okay, we're gonna just follow it completely. Wait a minute. I recognize this area.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
This was the thing.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay. Yeah, this is the TV thing we saw, like when we messed up the path originally.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh yeah, where is my number? I already forgot what number I'm supposed to be. Not gonna lie. I think it was like 457. What's this button do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the control. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, did we just get another ending? What, beat the game? Complete the Stanley... Wait, so was the first one not an ending? I thought that wasn't get your first trophy. Getting any of the other as your first. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Now
what
we're
could it
gonna
mean?
not listen to him.
Stanley decided to go
whatsoever.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I've seen this before.
Yes, this room.
That was Skip.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But we ain't gonna do that, are we? It's over here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
What does it say? Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. It will cause death. Okay, can we open this door? We need a key card. Okay. It's probably over here, isn't it? Thank you. Alright. I guess we'll just...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? I don't know who you're talking about.
What? That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No, I ain't picking up that phone. I ain't listening to you anymore. First you got me an ending that wasn't an actual ending, and then you gave me a somewhat lame ending, not gonna lie, even if that's the original. So I'm not gonna pick that up. We're gonna just let that thing ring. You know, phones don't usually ring this long. I can't leave. Okay. Can I unplug it?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I don't know
that
what
wasn't
you're
supposed to
talking
be a
about.
choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
I know that
Picking up
sounds
the
fake
phone
already.
is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Wait, what?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
I don't want to do that. I don't...
Choice.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
best part of being a real person. But if
You're really
used
making me
incorrectly,
watch
can also be
this.
the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
I am not saying that.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome
Very
back.
good.
You may have
Whoa.
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Now then, what's this correct choice I'm supposed to make? I'm supposed to just head back? Nah, let's go through this door. Open. It ain't opening. Okay, I guess we're heading back.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
What? There wasn't that there before, was there? Okay, still need a key card. Is there one over here? Calculator, I see. Really? You'd think it'd be here. Okay. Wish there was a way to move quicker.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to feel better now. That's why I decided to stream.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I think I just have like a cold, but yeah, I'm getting better.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do?
Hey, if I can make choices, you can too.
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
You don't got to. You don't have to. You don't. Oh, okay, now, like, actually, you do not have to. I like how that gave me chills. I ain't trying to play a horror game while sick, you guys.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh. My story.
Dang,
if you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Just happened.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh no.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh my
That
God.
means choosing responsibly
That
and always
was
putting the
actually
story
freaking me the
first.
heck
I'm
out.
quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
So is he
All
just gonna
right.
keep doing that?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's try. Let's do this one more time and see what happens. He didn't say anything this time. Huh.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh, okay. So
Behave
it's glitched.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, number 3 is always lucky. I still did not say anything.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay, I
that
think it's
means
just gonna
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, fine. Fine, narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Say your code is not supporting you more, let it ball up inside you, take it out aggressively out on other co-workers. Do not listen to this presentation, guys. This is not what you should do. Employees. That's a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some calm and productive work. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Okay. Wait, the broom closet's closed? No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Letting me mess up this again. Everything's locked. Dang, no executive bathroom. Dang. So, this door's locked even? Huh. The office looks different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Could it be something to do with my in-game settings?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Hello.
Please
Night Shark
speak the
115.
code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. It ain't doing nothing. I'm trying. I disabled the setting even. I don't even think it picks up mic.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
God,
on
that's
his
me.
left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
Stanley Parable
Can you
Ultra
hear me?
Deluxe.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
I don't have control anymore. I can't make a
something.
choice. I'm trying to.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
I can hear you, but I
Are you
can't
there? Are you
respond.
listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
I am.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh my god, I actually feel really
That's all
bad.
right.
Why they make this ending so
I'll leave
sad?
for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Oh my
Take as
god.
much time as you need.
Why they make that so depressing?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. Well, we already got like 3 endings
When
now.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Honestly, my goal, let's get like 5 endings this stream.
Yet there was not a
Alright,
single
we've
person
seen
here
all this
either.
before.
Feeling a wave of
We'll just speed
disbelief,
reading this now.
Stanley decided to go. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Alright. We're just gonna stay here. I did not hear that prompt before, so can we pick up the broom? No? Alright, we're just gonna chill here for a bit, guys. Dang. It's not even a light switch. Okay, well if we exit and go back in. Alright. Let's see who could last longer, the narrator or me. Alright, I'm back. Well, I guess the narrator doesn't care. Alright, we want
Coming to a staircase,
downstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But
Oh, that's
Stanley
tough.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then
Yeah, then
something
I'd definitely
occurred to
be fired.
Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Didn't we just see that?
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Existential
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Okay.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
But it's all not
Let me
real.
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, he did not wake up.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Huh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Dang,
But
that's
then she
kinda
remembered
messed
the
up.
meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
So I'm dead. That ending, I go mad and die. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why is this room different?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now I feel like I'm going mad. Why did that room change?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
They really locked up the broom closet. Man, I really enjoyed that broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, still got this place. Absolutely nothing I can interact with in here. Huh? The text is different. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would it be to have to pick just one? Huh. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot what I just read. What's it leaving the doors open this time? Let's go this way. Oh, there's an elevator. Let's go up. Classic elevator music. That's nostalgic hearing this. Oh, there's some papers. Save. Is the narrator singing along with this? Oh, see, he is. You enjoying the Beatles? Wait, don't tell me he's making the beat. Just say. My controller's just shaking like crazy. This is a long elevator. Oh. We're back on the same floor. Are you kidding me? Alright, maybe we can't go up. Let's go down. Let's quickly. Alright, so this just leads nowhere. Okay. Yeah, man, I was really hoping that.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I back to this ending. I guess we'll just do the opposite of what we did.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
There's no escape thing. Why did we do that?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
That's one way to escape. In Minecraft,
The
don't
door
actually
behind
do
him was
that.
not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Haha, I didn't die. Oh,
As the
wait,
machine
I'm trapped.
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Dang. It's over. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
Who are
metal
you?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Wait, what?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Stanley's computer. Is this a museum? Office layout. Cord. This is file. This is just a museum. The two doors. Huh. The office. Button sounds. Can we interact with like everything here? Doesn't seem like it. Let's take a look around. How about the computer? The main thing. Okay, can't interact with that. Buttons we were able to. What's this? Office computers. Oh, we can interact with these. Okay, I just turned those off. Credits. Huh. Hold up, let me check something real quick. Wait, there's two paths. What's over here? The office. Maintenance room. 431 to 436. Is it really just a museum? Let's take a look. Warzone? I don't remember seeing this. In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We shortly realized after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay. Gee, how do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? Narrator emails. How's the game going? I hope it's good or better than the first one from a cool man. Are you a rock? Alright, one more. Come on. One more. Could you tell me what the significance of the number 11128000 is? Remember that. Apartment timer. Is this legit just gonna spoil all the endings for me? Like actually? Not like the first ending we got? That just did as it said it was? Confused me? The trailers. It's interesting. And I'm also completely lost, guys. Like, I actually have no clue where I am. Oh wait, no, I think I got the right path back. Just keep exploring. Not gonna really check out stuff because we want to continue through the story. So I'm not gonna try to interact with anything. Just gonna hurry up and go. Unless something really catches my eye. Like that. Countdown desk. That's probably where the thing would end, but let's keep looking real quick.
Stanley stood on the snow.
Narration outtakes.
Stanley stood on the roof.
Lounge. Okay, I think let's just get out of this ending. Let's get out of here. Think we've seen enough.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I think I like you less than the original narrator.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
I am not turning off my console.
Choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh, I'm dead.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, New content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
So...
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the
Jumping
circle?
circle? Oh my god, we can jump! Heck yeah. That's right. We're just gonna be doing this all stream. Totally. Change the title. Not sick anymore. What? What? I just got in a sheep. You can't jump. Seriously, we disable. Man! No, no, let me jump more. Man. Okay, fine. Y'all lame. I could be jumping right now.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness.
Surely.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes.
Yeah, but
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for
That's
enjoying
it? Oh, you've got
gotta
to
be
be kidding
kidding
me.
me.
You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Can't call that
It's my
anymore,
fault,
though.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, I guess I didn't need to reset it. It did it for me. Oh, Oh, okay. I don't like how the offices keep changing every single second. Why does it keep doing this?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go through this vent.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Original. Huh. Trip down memory lane. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Is that an actual achievement? Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. I actually hope those are real achievements. I don't think this is true. That's the ending I just got. Pebble deals tough choices. Huh. Pretty peaceful so far.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Yep. How am I supposed to get past this? There's no jump button. I can't get through that.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh. Oh.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Guys, I just realized, is this supposed to be Steam? Oh my god. How did I not realize that until now? That's supposed to be...
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Okay. Okay, where are we heading to now? Looking for some more reviews. Oh, there's another one.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Yeah. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices are what happened. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice.
Okay.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you...
What happened?
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
No. Oh. Okay, no talk, narrator. Fire alarm's going off. Okay. Let's press this button again, guys.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in...
Okay. What do you repeat randomly, though? And then just stop.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the...
Kind of starting to feel bad for this narrator. Oh, there goes the plan. Oh, some sunlight. I wonder how much time has passed. Where the plants go? Okay, I do not like those noises. Get me out of there. Okay, I am really not liking these noises. Get me out of here. What? The buttons fell down. Does all the things still work? No. You can't press it anymore. Oh. Go back to skip button. Huh. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have skipped that much. 4 to 7, okay. And
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything. Guys, I think we gotta go to the new
Oh, good.
content.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you. You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Alright, let's take a look.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
They're back, 2 doors. New content is out, new content part 2 is in. Okay, cool red section of chart, boring sections of chart. Logo ideas.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay, new features. I guess I missed the show.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, merch. I wonder if this QR code actually works. Hold on. I'm about to test that right now, guys. Let's check this out. Here's my QR code scanner. See if this actually works. Open link. It legit brings me to a website. Okay, let's take a look at this for a second. Alright. Okay, let's take a look. Office decorations, reassurance bucket, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Well, I gotta check that out. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Great idea.
Jim.
That is
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If
Yes,
so, then please
that is
step
me,
forward and press
totally.
the button.
Jim.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you.
Right.
The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Alright.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
I don't know
Let's
about
take a
that,
break
Chief.
from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the Jim button away.
Wait, what?
Otherwise, soon you'll
Jim,
start to lose
Jim,
all
Jim.
sense of who you actually are.
Jim. Jim.
No, no. Dang it. What is this? Door open? Oh, okay, let's check out these other features. Kind of curious about this door, because you can open doors randomly. This is gonna suck for anyone watching. My bad. Anytime I see a door, I gotta try to open it. Let's see. Oh, what? This one actually made a noise. Dang.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Well, I think they changed the thing there. What's this lead to? The epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Free, new, and easy trophy. Alright, let's get this free trophy. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps, it just works. Get yours right now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay. What is this lever? Test trophy locked.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers...
Thank you. And a stick. Really? I'll get this feat trophy in there. One more time. Dang. Guess what other features you
What
got?
else? What other
Infinite
exhibits
hole.
haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles. What's this here? Oh, the jump
You
circle.
know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Wait, really? You're not gonna give me more jumps? You gotta be kidding me. Ah, okay. let's go to the infinite hole. Wait a minute, what's this? No, please no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
What if we
Which
actually
would
do
you
take a
go with?
screenshot? You know what, we're gonna screenshot all of these. Oh, why am I stuck in here? Door won't open. Am I stuck? Ain't no way I glitched the game. No, I'm legit stuck. Am I going to restart this? I don't. How did I miss that? Screenshot this too. What does that say? Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Stepnies.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is.
I wanted this one though. What?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Bruh. Didn't do the office decorations yet.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright. I'm not putting this back. It's mine now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Yeah, let's go to the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Alright, let's try this thing out.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Let's see how far this goes. I got my bucket.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Yeah, let's do it later.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? Okay. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Alright, any other dialogue you want to mention? It's gonna chill you for a bit. Next to this red cup. No.
Great.
Okay,
now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Oh no, I tripped.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
It is.
You sure?
Not.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
It
Still
ain't
nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
No,
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Hey. Dang. Something's stuck here. At least I got the bucket. Whoa now. Oh, what is that? Wait. Huh? What is with this thing? Change your perspective. This is so fucking stupid. Change your perception. I'm so.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up this. What?
Oh god, thanks.
Stanley? Stanley!
Oh,
Good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley,
Okay, so
because
that's
this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
bruh. So is this just gonna keep repeating this over and over for a bit? Okay. Oh no, we're back.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Now I wonder, did he block that off? Fine, it ended. Now what? He can't really stop us from going back there, can he? Okay, maybe he can. Dang. I really thought. Okay, let's go back, see if we missed anything. After done with what this probably gonna end it. In the stream. What's this? Expo Hall Guide. Okay, we did the jump circle. Found the map. Free trophy doesn't work. The button that says gym. We checked out the merch. Settings World Champion. Got the reassurance bucket. Epilogue. Didn't do collectibles yet.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, this is a little bit creepy. Whoa.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Alright, just double check if we got everything. Did that. Checked out that, checked out that. Is there anything on the upper floor? If we go back here. Nah, we ain't putting the bucket back. See something up there say that's new. Let's check it out. How we get up there again? Alright, there's stairs. Alright. We've seen this. Okay, I guess the only thing we can do is exit. So far it's just been a chill stream.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, that's creepy. No screenshots, no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Huh.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That looks even worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Alright, what do you got? Stanley Parable 2. Oh, cutscene in the beginning too. Kinda wanna watch this through a little bit. Probably never ends, though. The end is never the end. You know, that's the whole gimmick of the game. Alright. Let's try it out. Unless it brings us right back to the start.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So is it going to play the exact
Stanley
same
felt
way?
the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Where? Where's the bucket? I actually want to get that. What? Where?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, it's right here.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
God, man, I'm blind.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
No.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
This is getting a little bit weird. Boom, bop, bam, bop, boom. Yep, bucket. I think it's
okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
Oh.
Now it's settled. No more debate. No more discussion.
Yeah, see that
Take our
broom
hype
closet?
broom closet with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
What if we input the wrong code? Yeah, okay. 2, 8, 4, and 5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
All right.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
We all seen this already, but now with a bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, there's my number right there. 427.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah. Alright, let's just do normal ending.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Huh?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Huh. You know what? I think that's where we're gonna end it. We've been streaming for an hour and 11 minutes now. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications to see when the next video or stream goes up, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.